Hello and welcome. It's Esther here, and I am going to show you how to make a travel journal. Well, two different ones, two different versions in the Sidekick, in our Sidekick planner. So I've got two Sidekick planners here. I've got elements of the new collection. That one is called Once in a Lifetime. I'm not using all the elements from this die set or from this collection, but I will show you which ones I am going to use. So I'm going to put some things aside because this is always nice to have uh, a nice shot when you start doing a video. These are some of the sets I am using. Oh, that one is funny over here. Um, a pocket, I'm going to use the full pages from this one, full page over here, and of course some of the stamps. I will list and mention all the item numbers in the comment section with this video. Also going to use pocket pages, I can't live without those. And this is something Marie Claire made. So I'm not sure how it ended up here. Probably has to do something with the stamp set over here. Paper, I'm also going to use that one. So I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like so you have an idea of what it's going to be uh, in one of the journals. So with this collection, we do have, I'm packing, yeah, let me grab them again. um, some stamps about traveling, about yeah, where you want to go. You can use it as a checklist to write down some accommodations you're going to, etc., etc. So I'm going to use a lot of these. Yeah, a lot of these. And also some from this stamp set. It's all from the same collection. And again, I will write down everything in the comments. So I've got two different versions. They are both the Sidekick size planner. So for those of you who don't know the difference between a Sidekick and a full size planner, let me just quickly show it to you. This is a full size, and this is the planner, or also called personal size. So full size and a personal size. And we call it a Sidekick because it's the Sidekick of the larger one. So I made two different versions with two different purposes. One of them is this one, and for this one, I'm going to use this for Paris. Well, we don't live that far from Paris. It's about a 6 hour drive. Been there several times, but it was always a weekend, quickly go up and down and you run around like crazy in the city. But this year, our intention is to stay there a little bit longer so we have more time to visit specific areas which we think are interesting. And this one is about a cruise we are going to do next week. Yeah, within 10 days or so. I'm going to do another cruise with my husband. So that's where I'm going to use this one for. But let me start with this one because this is more for planning in advance. And also, you can use it when you are there um, to add pictures or ephemera to it. So what I did, this is all about Paris. So I am trying to gather all kinds of stuff which has to do with Paris. So this is not Elizabeth Craft Designs, but here I found a vintage slide which has the Tour Eiffel on it. Found it by accident. Some little embellishments which I can use, an Eiffel Tower over here, stickers, and some paper with Eiffel Tower images. But I have no idea where that comes from. I got it as a gift, but I don't know any brands or names. So the main thing for me in this journal is I have made all tabs. I'm going to show it to you here, where I can write down, where I can jot down all the things I want to know before we are leaving. So I use the stamps for this one, and then it's all about Paris. So to make it a little bit more fun, I grabbed some photos of the internet. So these are not my own, but I just wanted to get into the mood. So I found some Paris pictures and I put them in there. I also added plain paper so I can do a lot of journaling, writing, and uh, all these section I think I'm going to use, which I need So, travel destination, pre-departure, travel accommodation. Where do we going to stay? Are we going to use our camper van to go there? Or are we going to do a bed and breakfast or Airbnb or maybe a hotel? Not sure about that yet, but I already wrote something down there. Well, the important activities. Well, Paris is such a big city. It's about, I think, 12 million people living there. So, and it's all divided in arrondissements, arrondissements, arrondissements. So, actually, there are small cities in one big city. I believe that even every arrondissement, sorry, has its own town council, if I'm informed correctly. So, what I did here, I made one page for every arrondissement, and I am writing down already things which I want to visit in there or which are on our to-do list. So there are 20, so all of them got their own page, and if there is some more, I can add another page. So this is something I found in my stash, no idea where it comes from, but here also sightseeing, places to visit, shops to visit, very important. And then there's a section for food, maybe nice restaurants I see before we go there, which might be interesting to go there. And of course, our travel budget. So this is a different kind of planner than I'm using for our cruise next week. But this is the way I did set it up. And what did I need for this one? I used stamps and I only used two die sets. Let me grab them. This one and this one. So here you can see the page with a large tab on the top, on the side. And that is this one, as you can see over here. Then there is this one, which has a tab in the middle. And that one comes from this die set. And then again a full page with a tab on the top, on at the bottom, sorry, but that's the same one as this one, and only you flip it around, turn it around. So it's the same as this one. Let me take it out. So if you turn this one around, oh, let's say this one, and then you have the tab at the bottom part, or if you want at the top. So therefore you only need one die set, and this is the middle one. So you have two die sets. And what I did was cutting out a lot of those to make the dividers, which I'm thinking of using. And of course, I did use the stamp set, um, this one. And then I took the stamps which I think are appropriate or what I think I need for traveling to Paris again. What I also used are the pocket pages. These are made for the Sidekick. And what I'm going to do while we are there, I think I'm going to bring my little photo printer so I easily can add more pocket pages and photos in there. So when I come back, do have all my traveling notes, my journaling, and also the photos. So in the end, I have some extra tab pages, just in case I want to add something more, some spare paper, which I inserted, and then these little cards, and I made them by using this stamp. It's over here. You can add all those smaller stamps too, but these are actually made for ident identification cards. But you can, of course, also use these stamps on there, which says, for example, a destination. Let's say you go to the Tour Eiffel, you write down Tour Eiffel destination. You can also it should go this way, but you can turn it upside down if you want. That's no problem. So you can put anything in there. So let's say you travel to a city, you come by plane, you can add your flight info or whatever you want. And these cards are really fun to use and glue them down anywhere. And I think they even go into the pockets if there is a pocket with the, yeah, you can use them in here too. You see, so really fun things which you can use in your journal. Um, and I want to keep it simple because while traveling, especially going to Paris, I don't want to bring too many craft supplies. So a little journal like this, my photo printer, some pen, some glue, the usual stuff. And then I am good to go with this one. So this is more like prepping a journal uh, for a holiday, but of course you can do this for any other kind of event. Let's say you are going to do a wedding journal, or all the preparations before you're getting married, or someone is getting married, or you can make it about Christmas or whatever. It's just fun to do it. Yeah, do your Christmas shopping, make all the dividers and gifts, and about people who you want to buy the Christmas gifts for. It is so versatile. Now, I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Hold on, before it's getting cold. About this one, same size, um, and I use this one because I didn't use it before. So you can use any color you like, of course, but this one was still laying around here, so I took this one and I filled it up for our um, cruise. We are going away in a week or 10 days, and I filled up most of the parts and most of the planner for 14 days. And I'm going to do the first section together with you. So per day, so I made 14 dividers. I'm using the same die sets as I showed you before, with the large tab on the top and the one in the middle. And I kept um, flipping them upside down if I wanted to have it on the bottom part. So here you can see day 4, day 5, and I did 14 cards, 14 divider pages, because we are cruising for 14 days. For each day, I'm also doing one of the pocket pages, like this. Um, I already stamped the dates on there, because if you're going on a cruise, you exactly know where you're going every day. Um, so that's the whole setup, and I'm going to take the first part out. Would that be a wise thing to do? Yeah, and fill them up together with you, so you can see the way how I'm working. I'm not going to do 14 days, because that's going to be a way too long video. So I thought, okay, it might be fun to do the first 3 days with you, so you can see, and you can make your own journal in a very quick and easy way. So to start with, cut a lot of these pages. So for example, you're going away for 3 weeks, you have to make 21 pages. But for me, it was 14 days, 2 weeks, so I made 14 of those divider pages. Now, let me start with inking, of course. First, I was thinking, okay, I'm not going to do the inking part, because, I want to do it quickly and don't spend too much time on it. But then when I looked at it, I said, no, no, it needs some ink. So I'm going to do some quick ink. Always trying to work quickly, because we all have busy lives, don't want to spend too much time sometimes on a project. I am going to ink it on both sides, because well, you will see both sides of the page. It's not something I'm going to glue down. So let me do this. And when you are making a journal in advance before you are traveling, and again, you can make a journal for any subject. It doesn't really have to be about traveling, but uh, yeah, these ones are. Uh, it is fun already, your holiday or your traveling, your journey already starts when making something like this. And while I am doing this, I think I forgot to do the back side of this one. Yes, I did. And I was a little bit over enthusiastic when I started making the planner, so there is already a stamp on there. But okay, that saves me one more stamp while I'm doing the video. So this is fun to do. You don't have to think too much. Just prepare the amount of page you think you need. Maybe a few extra. Put them in the back, because you never know. when you're on the go and something might go wrong, you always have some extra pages with you. You don't have to carry around a full set of paper or, you know, just do it with the products um, you brought with you. So this is, for example, going to be one, and this is going to be page two, and you can turn it around. It doesn't matter which side you are using. And this is going to page three. And I've also got three dividers. Oh, I've got four, one extra. Sorry, they are not dividers. They are the pocket pages and what I used for those. Of course, you can cut all the pieces of paper in there. You can cut them to size with a paper trimmer, but there are dies which exactly fit the pocket pages. That's these two sets, 2004 and 2005. I will also link them below for you. And these have lovely dashed borders. So um, I chose to use these ones because I do have them and it looks very pretty and they're all exact the same size and ready to go um, in your pocket pages. Now about the pocket pages, because now I also know which size photos I have to print when I'm on the go. Um, you've also got the pocket pages for the Planner Essentials has this pocket page in there. I do love it, but I think when I'm traveling, I don't like it because you have to print different sizes, smaller pictures. So what I did, I just cut this off and then it would leave me these three. So if you don't want to use this part, you can cut it off and then you will have some extra pockets with only three. If you like it, you can use it, but for me, while being away, I think it's easier to use a little bit more of the same size pockets, so it's easier with printing. But that's my personal, yeah, opinion, and you might like to use the smaller pictures as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. I don't have to show you how to cut elements and slide them in pocket pages. You know, a child can do that. So that's not something I wanted to bother you with. So I'm putting these aside, but I want to prepare these three. So now I need to look for my stamps. Where are they? Here. I need those numbers. A stamping block also would be handy, and my black ink. Okay, and another sip of coffee. Let me see, guys. So I need day one, three, and one, two, and three. Okay. Well, easy peasy. You take a stamp and you just stamp. Um, where is number one? Oh, here. Here we go. And that's how I also did all the other pages. And I'm going to show it to you all together when I have finished these three. Make sure your ink pad is inked well. If you have your ink pad is too dry, it doesn't stamp properly. So number one, and you can decide you want the one to be on top. You can put it here. That's all up to you. And I think for number one, it doesn't really matter. Here or there. Let's go at the top. Okay, day one. And then putting that one aside. Day two is going to be the one with the tab in the middle. Let me get my two. Putting one to the side. If you want, you can do this, and you see you won't see the two if you're stamping on here. So if you want to vary a little bit, I would suggest putting the two down there. But again, it's personal preference, and it's all up to you and what you like most. So day two, and then I have the other one for day three, and I think I'm also going to put that one at the bottom part of this page. Make sure it's not upside down. It's okay like this. Here we go. So if you want to make 14 page or 21 pages, um, you have to do this 14 times, 21 times, and all on different pages. But this is how I started um, my journal. Let me put those stamps back in here so I won't lose them. And they're upside down now, but I will figure that out later. Oh, um, let me clean my hands. I had a fight with some distress ink yesterday with some leaking stamp uh, ink pads. So it's still a little bit visible on my hands, but I think you won't notice. S- Okay, I think I'm going to put it in my journal. It's much easier for you to see what I'm doing. It's more fun to see. So there are those 3 pages as a start of my journal. And as I mentioned before, with every tab page, I also want to have one of these pocket pages. So page one, and then I'm going to do a pocket page. And it doesn't matter which one you put in there because, all the papers match together. So I'm just taking this one. So there's a divider page and a pocket page. Divider page, another pocket page. So I'm putting this one in here, a divider page, and then it has to have a pocket page too. And I think I've got one extra, or do I? Oh, there's one missing here. Okay, so that's what you do all the way through your whole journal. A divider page and a pocket page. That's the start. Then, because I want to put in my pictures while traveling, so I'm bringing my photo printer. That's just a small one, and I want to print approximately the same sizes every day. So therefore, I also did cuts. Where are they? Where is my tray? No, is it here? Yeah, I'm going to put this one aside. Don't need them now. Some extra elements. Oops, here we go. And these are the cards I printed in advance, which go into the pocket pages. This is from a different size. That's the one which goes in here, you see? And you can change it if you say, okay, I don't like this one, or I don't like that one. You can always change it. But don't think about it too hard. Don't make it too complicated for yourself. Because I'm just throwing everything in there and mix and match, and it all comes together in the end. So you will be fine. I do have some of those extra because for every day I also stamped one of these cards so I can do some journaling about the places we are sailing to. I have some of these extra, not used them yet. And these are also cards from the pocket pages, and they're a little bit larger. So I'm going to show it to you. A larger size and a smaller size. So these are the sizes I want to put my pictures on. So I'm going to print the pictures a little bit smaller. So for every picture you will have a background. So an extra layer to make it look nice. So, and oh yeah, don't forget, I also added some pockets. Also from the same collection, there's this new what's the name? Library Pocket. Yes, sorry, I couldn't come up with the name. And it's a very easy one to use. Just fold it, fold this one to the back, and you fold this also backwards. You don't glue it on the front, just like an original Library Pocket. You wrap them around and then you glue them on the back. So I can start with inking that one too, because I'm going to use that one for sure. Let me see, I do need some ink here. And this one, you don't have to ink the back side because I'm going to glue it down in my journal. And there are already 2 pockets in there because, when you're traveling, you find all those bits and pieces like little notes, maybe some business cards or um, bills you want to keep and put them in here. So you have some space to, yeah, to add your ephemera and um, so you can bring it home. So what you do now is glue at the back. Now, hopefully this one is working, but it will probably will be, yeah, stuck because I used it yesterday, not today yet. So let me see if oh, this is not what I wanted. Let me see if it opens up, and otherwise I will take another one, but hopefully it's fine. Okay, the pocket. Just put some glue in here and on this side, over on this side. And then you have a pocket ready to go. Now, these also go into the full size planner, of course. You can change anything from the full size planner to the Sidekick. Well, you can't adjust all the pages, of course, because some of them are just not suitable from larger sizes to smaller size and vice versa. But the pockets you can use anywhere, as you can see here. So while I'm doing this, I think it might be fun to glue a pocket on the first page immediately. Or should I put it on the second? No, let's do this one on the first page. Grab my cards. So I can do a pocket here, and then imagine you're putting stuff in there. So you probably won't see much of the part above. So I'm going to glue this one down. Just as it is. And make sure it doesn't cover the holes. That is important. Here we go. Now the front, I'm not sure yet what to do there because I think I want to do something with, um, like a dashboard. But I think I will do that in another video because this one is just about setting up your whole journal. So this is page 1 with a pocket, so I can put something in there. I do have my pocket pages, and then you are already moving over to day 2. If you have more pictures on a certain day or more ephemera, you can just punch holes in it. So don't forget to bring a paper punch like this when you're traveling, so you can always make those little holes. You just outline them, with a marker where you want the holes to be, and then you just punch them. So that's a good thing to bring with you. So this is going to be my day 2, and I'm going to use this piece for a photo. So just take a mat here, so I know, okay, I'm going to put a photo here, and then maybe a smaller one at the bottom. Let's see. This is a bit boring. This it's a little bit too much. So I think it will be something like this, or maybe move them around just a little bit. Okay, now it's going to cover up the 2. That's something I don't want. So I'm moving it a little bit more to the left. And I'm not sure about this yet. You can also glue it down here. Oh, that might be fun. But then again, if you are keep in mind that there's going to be a picture on here. So um, you can I'm sorry, you can glue it on top of the holes, cover them, punch new holes again, but then you also have to make holes in your picture. So, for example, make sure there's not a face from some family member or yourself down here, because then you're punching holes in your face. But let's say there's a beautiful building on there, it doesn't matter if you're putting holes in there. But I also think it's important that you connect the two of them, so make sure it's a little bit more to the top, and this one can go there. I am going to ink those because that's giving me a little bit more contrast on the page. So let me do that. And if you are overlapping a little bit more, so for example, you can do this if you like that, then make sure you don't glue this part down already. Just put some glue at the bottom so you can slide your photos under there. I think I'm going to glue it down the way as I'm explaining to you now, so you can see what I mean. and don't think about it too much. Um, and if you figure out that it's too complicated, so let's say I glue this down this way, and then I'm going to print the pictures for day two. And then I see, okay, there's something very important on my picture, which is going to be underneath this little piece. Take another picture. Or just, yeah, you can always try to cut something off this, but be creative. You know, you guys are all creative people, so I'm sure you will figure out a way um, to use what you have while you are traveling. Sorry, to use what you brought with you while you are traveling. So I'm going to glue this one down as it is. Don't think too long. It's nice and it has some contrast on the base page. I'm not going to do all the reinforcers for this journal. That's just too much, and it's supposed to be an easy and quick travel journal. So, but if you want and you have time, be my guest and add your reinforcers, of course. So I think I'm going to glue it down here, not all the way up there, because then it's definitely going to cover up a lot of my picture over there. So I'm going to glue it here, and I'm not putting glue down there all the way up to the top. So just on the side, and then some here. And by the way, this is white paper on the background because these are pieces I printed myself before we had the paperback uh, being produced. So it wasn't ready yet, but I needed some paper to make samples. So don't think, hey, the paper is white on the back. Well, that's just because it's a homemade piece of paper. And then you are going to punch your holes so you can use it in your journal again. Here we go. So let's say your picture is going to be all the way up to the edge. You have to punch holes again when you are applying your picture. So this is for day two, but day two also has a backside. So there you also need those pieces of paper. It's also fun to do two smaller parts like this. So you can do two photos on top of each other. And I'm trying to vary it a little bit so not every page will look the same. So here is going to be a pocket. Here I have a smaller and a larger photo. So this will also be a larger and a smaller one. Two larger ones. That doesn't work. It's too big. So I think I will go for the two smaller ones. Or should I put a large one and a smaller one here? No, I think I will go for these two or two of them. And you see this comes back on this side. Oh, this one is upside down. And I think for this page, I'm just going to keep it simple. So there's one. And there is my second one. Mm, okay, make sure they're not. Oh, I'm going to put them a little bit more to the right. So maybe I can put some decorative stuff over there, some embellishments. Or maybe bits and pieces I find when we are traveling. You never know what you bump into. And this one is going to be at the top. Here we go. So you see how easy it is? Day one and day two with a pocket. So moving over to day three. And I think it's nice to put one large one maybe over there just to vary it a bit. You can also do two of them again, but I think one would be nice. And then you can choose put it at the bottom part or at the top or in the middle, whatever you want. You can also do this, but that's something which I always like when I see it with other people, but something it doesn't interfere correctly with my mind. It always has to be straight. Ink again. And then I think I like it at the top. So I'm leaving some space at the bottom part so I can slide something under there if I want to. So here is the first part of day 3. And then I need to do this one. Well, now, obviously, you see those two already here. That's going to be a little bit too much, so I choose this one instead. And shall I add a smaller? Yeah, it would be nice to have something with the flowers over there too. So, oh, maybe I should do this. That's nice. So, see, this overlaps a little bit, so I only have to ink this one. Oh, must stay in front of the camera. Sorry. I like it when it's in this part. So let me glue this one first. That one goes here. Nice and straight. And then this one is going to overlap the bottom one. So I'm not going to put glue down here yet. Um, because, probably have to slide a photo under there. So make sure you're not putting glue all the way down. And then just do this. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so that's what I did all the way through the whole journal. Then, because these things are important to me, where are they? Those little cards. Because I want to have a little space for journaling every day. So I need those too. Now, let me get a pen because when cruising, you know your itinerary. Is that the way to pronounce it? Yes, I think. Coffee. Sorry, guys. Otherwise, it's really getting cold. So I am going to look in my app. Ta, 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 ta. Somewhere I should find, yeah, day 1. Well, we are sailing from Rotterdam. We are sailing from Holland. So, oh, I can put this one in here. That would be nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or shall I put this one in here? Because we don't have too much to tell on the first day because we are leaving at 3, yeah, 3 p.m. So one of those cards can go in there. I think I will go for this one because there's not much to tell um, probably on the first day. I also have been using a simple office date stamp. So, and that one is, you can see here our itinerary. So this is going to be June 1st. Make sure your stamp is on the right date and check it before you are stamping. Okay, let me see if this goes. Yeah, June 1st. You can stamp it on here or here. And then you can write down, yeah, okay. I will write down Vertrek Rotterdam. So we are leaving Rotterdam. Okay. I'm putting that card in here. It might end up somewhere else, but for now it's going to be here because this is day 1. Then I also have day 2 and 3 to do. So I'm going to do this immediately. So day 2, where is it? 1, 2, checking. Yes. You can stamp it here or there, whatever you want to. And then I need my day 3 and I will stamp it here. So, day 2, I can put it here. What else? It can also go in here. That might be fun. Okay, I'm going to slide this one in here. Oh, no. And we spent a day at sea on day 2, if I'm correct. Let me check. We do have more days at sea. Yeah. So day 2, let me check. Yes. So at a sea. And then I can do some journaling here. So this is going to be here. And then at last, day 3, we will be in Edinburgh, so Scotland. Um, yeah, Edinburgh. Then I'm writing it down the Dutch way, so don't say anything about writing errors or something. It's the way we write it over here. Scotland, Scotland, Scotland. Okay, day 3. Uh, I can use it here. There's another pocket which it might go into. Um, or if I think it's too long, I can cut this off. That might be fun for this one. It goes here. But I know for sure we are going to see a lot in Edinburgh, so not sure yet where to put it. Cool. But I want it to be there, and I think it's going to be here. That looks nice. Yeah, just glue it down, don't think. There probably will be much more pictures over there. So I'm going to add a few more pocket pages later. I'm going to put some in the back, some extras. So, okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 until 14 I already did. So I just wanted to show you the process, how I make the whole journal. So far, divider pages, pocket pages, a daily card for journaling. So that's a good start already. What else did I do? Yes, I did do some embellishments and some stamping. Also outlined all the pages. I'm going to show it to you just with a marker. And if you don't like this, just don't do it. But I like it because it's just, it doesn't make, no, how do you say it? Let me think. It makes it look a little bit more randomly, not so neat and clean, a little bit more grungy maybe. So going all the way on this page, adding some little crosses here and there, just for fun. You can also do the other side. I'm not sure if you want to see me doing this on all the pages. Oh, there are only 3. But I'm going to show it to you on one page, and you can do the other ones yourself if you want to. You can imagine what it looks like, right? So I'm not going to do the other 2 for now. What else did I do? Yes, you see all those little pieces of twine? That's what I'm also going to do. And you see those little thingies here. To be honest, from this stamp release, this is one of the cutest things I figured out. This is a little stamp from this stamp set. It's over here. I just stamped it on this neutral cardstock, and then I used a little paper punch, this thingy, to cut them out. You know, like that goes really quickly. And I added them on every page. Somewhere they are. Here you see a little one. Here you can see them over here. So that is something which keeps coming back all the way throughout the whole journal. Those little circular um, circles. You see them? They're everywhere. They're not here, I've, but here. And then the larger ones come in combination with them. So I need to add those on my first 3 pages too. Let me grab some tweezers. And I only did them on the paper parts, not into the pocket pages. Not yet. Might change, but this might be fun also. Passport control. Or did I stick this one down? Well, almost. But you can always cut them in half. And there is not much space to glue something around here, so I will probably end up with only one. Let me see. And just slide it under there. Some glue. And that one will stay. Um, Now, those little pieces of twine, I love using those, so I'm going to do that later. It's probably going to be here. Hmm, not sure about that yet. You can add a smaller one next to it if you want, or just for fun, glue one down there. Let me do that. I do ink them. Maybe it's easier to ink a couple of them at the same time, so they're ready to use. Just a quick touch. This one already has some ink. Let me see. This one. And then maybe this one too. Okay, I think I like one of the circular ones down there, just for fun. And if you want, you can stamp a little number on there, or maybe your one of your initials, if you have those little stamps. What I did, it's somewhere down in my journal. For example, you want only the 9, then you cover up, you mask the stamp when you're inking it, and then you can stamp one of those numbers to go on there. So that's really easy to do just for decoration. And then this one goes here. If it wants to do what I want it to do. See, it's always good to use 3. 1, 2, 3. So let's see if I can add them here too. This might be fun. Oh, how cute. You see? And it's so easy. If you do this also all the way through your whole journal, and it doesn't matter how many pages you are planning on using, but just make sure that there are some elements which are um, coming back on every page. Repeat it. Repeat it. So taking it out, make it each, sorry, make it a little bit easier. Might do one here or another one there. Cut them in half so you have some extras. You don't need to slide the whole thing on there. Oops. Here we go. One here. And it might be fun to do this one at the top. Glue. It's a little bit easier with those tweezers because they're pretty small. And you see there are 3 now here too. 1, 2, 3. Moving over to the other side. I can use this bigger one maybe. Because these ones are now not connected. So maybe it is fun to connect them somehow with a little piece of ephemera or an embellishment. If you have a larger punch, you can also punch these, of course. Or if you have dies this size, use those. If you don't like cutting. Let's see, would this work? Okay, it is not bad. And then maybe this one here. And then another one down there or so. What do you think? And this is just my setup, you know. I may be adding things later, or I might not. Probably not. Not sure yet. And then a little one next to it. And these are just for fun. No use, just as a little embellishment. That one is also ready to go. And there's another one here. Okay, more circles. And of course, you can also add. I have some leftovers here. I almost forgot. Little bits and pieces. Oh, this one is no good. Little pieces of leftovers from your paper cuttings, because it's a little bit empty here, or you can stamp something. That's all up to you. But I do like to add a little bit extra. Yeah, let me use these. These are all from the same paper pack. And actually, you can also cut those in half. So that will give you some extra. And I think I'm going to need three, or not two. Cut this one in half from that side. Ink them. Just you, so you won't see the white lines from the cutting lines. Okay, so for example, this one goes down here. And then you can add one of those circles too, of course. And I would like to add a smaller one somewhere at the top. So it's just giving you the impression that there's a same label over there too. And shall we do three? Would that make any sense? Not really. Oh yeah, why not? Hmm. I think three in this case is a little bit too obvious somehow. So I prefer to do it somewhere here maybe. So it's more balanced somehow. I think I like that more. Oh shoot. Okay, down there you go. And then I'm also going to add a few of those little tiny circular things. Maybe use one larger, cut them in half, so you have some extra. Might be fun, this one. And then this one goes here. Oh, that's cute. And then this one, a little bit of glue, and slide it on there. And now I want a smaller one to go here. And you hardly see it, but it is there. It's just, yeah. For me, it makes a difference. Okay, three, and now only the back side. And then we are good with all. Oh, this is fun too. Oh, it's the same as here. No, I need to look for something else. Let me see. This one might be nice. Let's see if I can slide it under somehow. Otherwise, I have to trim something off. No, it doesn't look nice, this one, because it's not a full label. Maybe this one. I do like the paperclip thingy over here, but it's actually a little bit too big, too large. Other way around. No, I don't like that. Hey, here he is again. You can tear some paper, that's also nice to use. I found one of these again. It might be fun. But I want something here. Not sure what, but let's see what are my leftovers. Oh, this piece of those, one of those might be nice. And I didn't even put it in an Esther box yet, guys. Do you notice? It's still, yeah, I think I'm going to use a piece of this. And then I can do some journaling later on, or maybe add a little stamp with some text. I think this one should go under there. Yeah, let's do that. Just checking my camera if it's still running. But it is, so I think we're good. I think I'm going to do that one over there. And then maybe to connect this. Not sure if that works. Oh, it's look pretty nice. Yep. Let's do that. So make sure if you're going to do something like this that you have prepared everything. Die cut your pages, die cut the pieces of paper to go into the pocket journals, so you have everything ready, and then just glue everything down and put it into your pocket pages. And if you are going to cut page by page or um, mat by mat, it takes you a really long time. So everything is there, and you just grab your things and glue everything together. I'm going to put a little one there so it's a little bit more balanced. Okay, I know there are only two, but do I need a third one? Maybe here. Yes. And I've got plenty of them, so I'm going to slide the whole thing. Oh, this one, yeah, it does have ink. Just a little drop of glue, and here you go. And it's just those little details which makes it all come together. So I think I've got my page now. Let me clean up a little bit so I can show you the next step. Although you can leave it the way it is now, but I added a few extra things. Okay, this one, tag. Would, that fits the pocket too, right? Yes, look at that. So more space for journaling or photos. Mm, yeah, I'm good with the way it looks now. So the next thing I did was adding all those no eyelets. No, I think I used these. Yeah, these are too big. And a crocodile. So I thought it was fun to punch and use an eyelet on each page. So let me see. Hmm, would it be fun to do it here? Why not? Let me get this out. Just punch in there. It is sometimes hard to see if you want to be exactly in the middle of, for example, a circle like this. It's always a little bit guessing. And I know there's going to be a hole in the front page. Oh, it's quite good. uh, but I can cover that up later when I'm doing the front page or my dashboard. So here you go. And then I use my to make it more flat, so it's easy for me to put down a picture there. Some twine. You know, it doesn't make any sense, these things, but it is just fun. A little knot. You can make a bow if you want, or that's all up to you. So that is one. This one doesn't go in that far anymore because of that. So if you want, you can make it a little bit shorter at the bottom part, but I'm good with the way it is now. So there is one here. Then I need one in this one too. Well, let's do that one over here. There is a stamp already there. So I think I'm going to just punch a hole here. And you will see it in the back. But oh, I think I'm going to put it here. So this one looks pretty. Yeah, take my little. So it's easier to put some, let's say, you want to decorate it a little bit extra, you can always do this and then you won't see that little piece over there. So I'm going to put a little piece of twine in there too. And again, just because I like it. If you don't like something like this, don't do it. Don't do it. So now all my pages have those little circular elements, embellishments, and they all have a piece of twine. The last one is going to be this one. Oh. You can also do it in the middle of a page, but then you have to do it before you glue down all those elements. Should be able to do it here, but I think you can't reach it anymore. So I am going to do, oh, might be here in this corner. Let's try and see if I can get there. Where is my whole thingy? Well, this is a little bit hard to see for me, but I am going to give it a try. If I screw up, well, I screw up. I have no idea. I can't see what I'm doing, to be honest. Okay, not that bad. Not bad at all. That one goes in here. You see? Perfect. So I'm going to snap this one, and this will be covered up later on. Oh no, my twine. I need some twine. So I'm going to do this one. Let me see. And again, a little knot. And then the last thing I'm going to do is some extra stamping. And then I have the setup for this journal uh, complete. Here we go. And that one can go in there. Close this one down because otherwise, they will be everywhere on the floor. So you see, these are the 3 pages I now made, and this is all the same. I will browse through it in a minute. This one I will do later. Maybe I will do another video. Some stamping. You see, this is quite empty. Can do some stamping later, but I do like to stamp here and there already before leaving. So there are probably some stamps you already have or from this new collection which you can use. Oh, this might be fun too. Hmm. Yeah. It might be fun. But I do like this one too, currently. The luggage tag one is really cool to use too. Yeah, there's so many possibilities, but I think I will go for this one. So I'm going to take it out again, and hopefully it works. You can use a stamping platform, but I'm trying to do it the way it is. And it's going to be a little bit hard, maybe because the folded pieces underneath, but let's give it a try. It says currently So that should go there. And again, make sure your ink is really inked up well, your ink pad. And you see, it's a new stamp. I haven't used this one before. So, but it should be fine with the first time stamping. Okay, put it a little bit closer to myself so it's nice and straight. Hopefully, I can see what I'm doing. See, perfect. Perfection. Almost perfection. And you see it fills up. And now I'm going to trim off something of the bottom part here because it is a little bit too long. Just a little bit. And that's because of the eyelet over here. So that would be better. Yes, here we go. Put it back in again. I can do some stamping here too. Which one shall we use? Why do I have two suddenly? I don't know. Maybe some numbers, but you can also do maybe something of this. Going places, that might be nice on the first day. Yeah, let's do that one. Oh, here you can see the little numbers I stamped on those little circular ones, the little circles. And what did I say? Going places, right? That one. Packing. Here it is. Taking this one off. Make sure you're not stamping upside down. Okay, do we need... No, there's a stamp already there. Here there's not enough space, and these will be my pictures, so no stamp over there. I already... Oh, it's also going place. It's already on there. So, and you know, these are all going to be filled up with photos. So there's not much space to do stamping. Maybe later on some on these cards. And I have this white space over there. Oh, I can do something here. Yeah, let's do that one. Going places is already twice in there, so I need to find something else. Flight info. Well, we're not going to fly. The route. Oh, the word travel. That would be nice. Just use that one. And I always think it makes quite a big difference by adding some stamps here and there as a finishing touch on your pages. And you can stamp on the page itself, you can stamp on labels. That's all up to you, of course. So I think I did not forget anything so far. Let me think. Um, no, that's it. So, just a little recap. I did a travel journal, 14 days. So, 14 divider pages, 14 pocket pages. I think I added 3 pockets to put in ephemera or notes or a little invoice, or if you have been eating for dinner somewhere, you can slide them into the pocket pages. I added mats to put my pictures on throughout the whole journal, and I'm planning on different sizes pictures, 3 different sizes, those ones, these ones, and those. So, um, and that will be consistent throughout the whole journal. So what we also did is adding those little circular things, um, round thingies, eyelets, and some twine are also everywhere, and the cards for journaling. So I'm going to quickly show you what the rest looks like. So we did the 3 pages together. So my page 4 is this one, and we are in Scotland. And then, oh, I forgot one here. Oh, I can do that later. I forgot to put some mats on there, but I do have some left. See, I can do, for example, this one and this one, or maybe print one large picture. Not sure. Day 5, also two on top of each other, and you see the little round thingies, eyelet, the numbers are everywhere, and the cards for journaling. Our cruise will be the British Islands. So we're going to England, Scotland, Ireland, all the way around. And that cruise will take us for 14 days. And that's our big holiday for this year. So we're looking very much forward to it. This tag I already made, not sure if it stays in there, but I can also put pictures on the back and slide them in. But you see how consistent it all looks by using the same elements, the same paper, and returning elements like the little round ones and the eyelets with some twine in there. You see here's another pocket, and that is the way my journal looks like. So now I've got everything set up. Um, and I don't need to bring much, but I think it's so much fun to do something creative while traveling. I can't do nothing for 2 weeks, you know. So if I've got something small with me like this, and I can print a few pictures in the evening or maybe the next morning, glue them in there, put some embellishments in there. Don't forget to bring one of those. Some glue, some no twine. I don't need glue. Maybe some double-sided adhesive. You don't need to ink anything anymore. Everything is ready. And the most fun part is when you come back home, your journal is ready. And it's not something you, how do you say that in English? Well, you still have it in your mind. Oh, I need to finish my journal, or I have to make a journal from our journey to blah, 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 wherever you went to. It's already done. You come home and it's done. You can look into it and you don't have to worry about it anymore. In the back, some spare papers for writing, and I'm going to put in some more pocket pages because I am sure we will make lots and lots of more pictures. So, it was quite a long video, guys, but there's a lot to tell, a lot to show. So, I hope you like watching this. I hope I've been giving you some inspiration to make your own travel journal. And you can make a journal like this. It doesn't need to be for traveling, for any other occasion too, but it's quite quick when you use pocket pages, pockets, and the same elements over and over. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. That's a great help to me. And you will also get notifications when a new video is online. Okay, thank you so much again for watching, and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.